Greetings, and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Politics and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. All right, so this episode, we're going to feature and focus on the others. What is the others? Well, I've been a collector of Ralph Lauren, all things Ralph Lauren, for a little over 10 years. And I'm still sometimes referred to by people outside of the culture, sometimes even casual fans in the culture, as a polo king, a polo god, whatever. I'm not a king or a god. But the operative word in that is polo. And I don't take offense to it, but just depending on, because I'm always the type of person that likes to pick my battles. So just depending on the person, the place, the motive, whatever, I will correct someone and say, no, I'm not a polo anything. I'm a collector of Ralph Lauren. So let's run down real quick the currently available genres of Ralph Lauren. You have Polo Blue Label, or Polo by Ralph Lauren. You have Ralph Lauren Purple Label. You have Double RL. You have Lauren Ralph Lauren. Polo Sport is still available as well. You also have Polo Golf. RLX is available, but it's mainly under the flag of Purple Label. Majority of it is under the flag of Purple Label. It's no longer really a standalone genre. It's either under Purple Label or it's under Golf. RLX Golf or RLX Purple Label. Now, as far as genres that are no longer in production, you have, of course, my all-time favorite, Rugby Ralph Lauren. You also have Black Label. All right. I may have missed something here or there. I'm not sure. If I do and I remember it, I throw it back out there to you as we continue. Now, let's run down who exactly are the others. A few of the others are still in production. Some of them are not. But let's run them down. These are the guys who are not necessarily the most popular in the culture, not necessarily the most sought after, and for the most part, it's just a matter of price point for some. I don't think it has anything to do with the designs or the grand designs. Some of it may, just depends on the collector. But here are the others. You have Club Monaco, that's a Ralph Lauren genre. You have Ralph Lauren. You have Polo University. You have Chaps by Ralph Lauren. And the most polarizing is probably Polo Jeans. Reason being, Polo Jeans was, of course, created by Ralph Lauren, but at some point, that particular genre was sold. And it was one of the most bootlegged. So now, unless you're a collector like me of 10 years who has also just done the legwork, done the footwork, asked questions of OGs who have been in the game longer than me, unless you're that, or you're one of the OGs who's been doing this for 20, even 30 years, it's hard to differentiate what Polo Jeans item is authentic or is fake merch. Makes Polo Jeans very polarizing. A lot of the OGs won't even touch Polo Jeans, period. They just say it's not worth it to touch it. But I beg to differ. I've seen quite a few pieces that, as far as whether or not they're authentic, remains to be seen. But I've seen quite a few pieces that I'm like, whew, okay, yeah, that's hard. That goes hard right there. One I can think of in particular is a fleece baseball jacket. It has PJC right here. It's I can't remember if it's red or if it's wine, but it's a fleece baseball jacket. It has a, man, it, hey, got a big logo on the back. It's a nice piece, but it's polo jeans. A lot of the times it goes untouched by collectors, and a lot of the times it's the price point on eBay or Poshmark is fairly low and fairly reasonable, because it's just like, man, I can't get rid of this piece to save my life. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to showcase a few of the others. Right now, what I'm wearing, this is Polo Ralph Lauren Blue Label. It's a rugby. It's a golf-inspired rugby here. Beautiful color block, pink and navy. I am wearing a navy golf-inspired necktie. I have on a pink, white club collared Oxford. And I have on college green chinos. I threw on the pink and blue ribbon belt to add a little more flavor here. But it's the sports coat. It's the sports coat that's part of the others. Now, out of all of the others, because I'm such a huge sports coat blazer guy, I'm a big fan of Polo University, as well as Ralph Lauren. I haven't seen any other pieces by Polo University or Ralph Lauren except for sports coat. But this Glen Plaid beauty here, man, when I saw it, I saw this at a Goodwill probably about 6 years ago. It's been through 2 chopped and screws. In other words, it's been tailored twice. But as you can see, the fit is still immaculate because of my tailor, of course. But when I first bought it, the fit was immaculate. I was just a bigger guy. But yeah, Polo University, as you can't see right there, but as you can see right there, Polo University Club by Ralph Lauren. Fully lined. It is single vented. However, man, it just gives that great Ivy trad collegiate look, and I love this sports coat. It's this, as far as just a go-to sports coat, needing to throw a sports coat on to complete an ensemble, this is one of my go-tos, man. That's why I've had it so long. That's why I keep it. And that's why I've had it tailored twice, as I said, because I want to make sure, you know, that this thing stays in the closet and stays in the rotation. I have not yet purchased a Ralph Lauren sports coat, but I have seen a few in Goodwill that they didn't fit me, but man, they were beautiful pieces. So, you know, if you're like me and you really like sports coats, and or you just need a few more in your arsenal, man, check a lot of your Goodwills, places like that. Check on, again, the secondhand sites, eBay, Poshmark, Grailed, Depop, Mercari, and check for, just type in sports coats, and when you see a Polo University Club or Ralph Lauren, man, don't just scroll by it just because it's not currently in production or the price point wasn't up high and you not think you're getting quality. Traditions have changed and manufacturing has changed. So back in those days, it wasn't necessarily about how much you spent, it was about who was making it. And that's why Ralph Lauren is still around to this day and still #1 on everybody's list. So this is the one I'm giving you as far as the others that I'm wearing. We're gonna go into our first rig, and our first rig is chaps. All right, y'all ready? Me too. Let's go. Okay, so this particular sweater, I think I only spent about $35 on this sweater. I did get it off of Poshmark. Definitely remember that. Man. All right, so a few reasons that this sweater caught my eye. One, it's an Aran knit fisherman sweater. They made these chunky, which y'all like to refer to as chunky cabled or chunky knit. They made these particular sweaters back in the day for fishermen. It kept them warm. Also, if they were to get wet, it kept the particular person dry. because it was just so much of this material here, this cotton. It was able to keep people dry, or they soaked up the water and dried quickly themselves. So I love Aran knits. I love fisherman sweaters. That's number one. Number two, it gave me that Coogi flavor. It gave me that Coogi flavor. Not, and I know one of these names isn't popular, not Biggie Smalls' Notorious B.I.G. Coogi flavor, because it's not, the color palette is not that flamboyant, but more Bill Cosby, the Cosby Show Coogi flavor. I know his name ain't popular right now, but you know, we'll say that conversation for later. But with that being said, Biggie being a part of my young adulthood, Cosby Show being part of my childhood, loving Aran knits and loving fisherman sweaters, I jumped on it. I do have a few Chaps pieces, not a lot. I do have a few Chaps pieces, but this one out of all of them is my favorite. Now, what I did not recognize at the time was that Chaps is cut a little bigger. So even though this is a large, it fits me more like an extra large, but I'm willing to keep it. I may not even have it chopped on. I might just, you know, wear it a little bit oversized. I may just wear it a little bit oversized when I wear it. I've had it for a while and actually haven't worn it yet, but it's one of my favorite pieces. So what I did here is I paired it with a olive pair of flat front slim fit chinos to bring out the olive in the sweater. And then I went with this plaid spread collared dress shirt, which has purple hues in it, tans, a little bit of orange, and a little bit of olive, again, to coordinate well with the sweater. I went with a Rugby Ralph Lauren all over skull bow tie in brown with pink skulls. And then I went with a subtle plaid olive driving cap. The plaids in here it's a little bit of brown and it's a little bit of purple as well. To finish it off, I'd probably go with a cognac pair of dress shoes, maybe a dark brown. A dark brown wouldn't be bad either, but I'd probably go with a cognac because it would bounce off well with this subtle burnt orange that's in here also. But this is a beautiful sweater, very classy. You can dress it down some more if you wanted to put on some jeans and a pair of boots or something like that. But I wouldn't try to dress it down too much with sneakers or anything like that. Matching sneakers with a sweater like this is just a dumbass fucking idea, and don't do it. Anyway, this is, like I said, this is a Chaps piece, and yeah, it's dope. And I know y'all agree. This is a dope sweater. All right, let's go on to the next read. So this next piece, we start off at the bottom here. Hopefully you can see it. It's just a nice pair of flat front slim fit chinos in a, I don't even know what color this is, man. A medium blue. This might be that Jamaica blue. That might be that Jamaica blue from the polo knit shirts, the iconic polo knit shirts. It's close to that Jamaican blue. Weather taken into account, so we have on the Ralph Lauren raincoat. The raincoat here. You know, that Burberry look without that Burberry price, but we got that Burberry functionality. You know, just styled it a little bit, tied the belt instead of buckling everything up. The shirt we have on is another spread collar piece. It's got more of a brighter blue in it, royal blue to be exact. It's got two hues of purple, a little bit of green. Now, the other piece, that's part of this ensemble, is a Club Monaco fleece sweatshirt. Beautiful, 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 beautiful sweatshirt. Royal blue. It has a felt CM in a collegiate style, dead center mask. So it's almost tonal. From a distance, you may not even be able to see it, but once you get up close, you can see, recognize, and appreciate the beauty of the simplicity of that CM in the middle. Sturdy, like Ralph Lauren is. Now, it doesn't have a V insert. What does that mean? That means that if you put this on a hanger, that means that if you don't fold it up and take care of it like you should take care of all your clothes, eventually your neck's going to stretch out of proportion. Because it doesn't have that V insert to protect from a stretching neck, as majority of Blue Label, Purple Label, etc. crew neck sweatshirts in the Ralph Lauren brand do. Now, whether or not that has anything to do with it being Club Monaco and the Ralph Lauren name isn't prevalent on Club Monaco, I'm sure I don't know. But what I do know is that Club Monaco is, their clothes, I'm speaking for men, their clothes are very functional clothing. So if you're looking for something to represent that Ralph Lauren aesthetic without always paying those Ralph Lauren price points, but still getting functional, good quality clothing, Club Monaco may be the way to go. I've spoke to you guys before about one of my favorite cardigans, which I wore on a couple of episodes ago, is a Club Monaco piece. The rag piece, this 3/4 length, it ties it up. It's one of my favorite cardigans ever. And I've had it several years, no problems, no issues, no peeling, no nothing. It's not coming apart, anything. That being said, this is a sweatshirt that I do like. I just so happen to be, this is when I worked for the company, I just so happen to be perusing all Ralph Lauren avenues and outlets. I got to Club Monaco and I saw this sweatshirt and I was like, boom, boom, boom. Straight to the shopping cart, straight to checkout. Let me get that. I had to do it. They actually came out with this in the red, with the red felt, but I missed out on it. I missed it. By the time I saw it, it was out of my size. It never came back. I even got a partner of mine that works at Club Monaco in Boston. He's always looking and checking for me to see if it comes back in any way. But with that being said, Club Monaco is a great avenue, like I said, to explore. If you want to have a few pieces here and there that stand out, that people are like, okay, yeah. Also, as I said, very functional clothes. Clothes that will last, and clothes that are at a very reasonable price point. And you're still Ralph Lauren. Doesn't matter if it doesn't say Ralph Lauren on the tag. I'm telling you, Mr. Parker, 1967, is telling you that Club Monaco is under Ralph Lauren. How can I be so sure? Because when I buy, I'm gonna snitch on myself. When I bought in the past Club Monaco, my employee ID worked. It wouldn't work if it wasn't Ralph Lauren. I worked for Ralph Lauren. Trust me when I tell you. And just trust me anyway, I'm telling you. Club Monaco is Ralph Lauren. So again, like I said, look into it. You might mess around and find a few pieces that are functional and complete an ensemble for you. You might find a few pieces that have enough style and swag that you want to just add it to your repertoire just because. All right, we got one more. We out. Now for this last rig, the other piece that's on this rig is more of a recent other. It's an other that, if you're asking me, it should not be an other's piece. I'm not going to lay blame as to why it's an other's piece, but I am going to speak on it after I finish featuring this rig. All right. First things first. This beautiful military-inspired sports coat is double R. Okay. Throat latch, functional pockets, but they button. Got the military thingies, on the shoulder. I don't know what the hell that shit called. Tell me in the comments what it's called. But it's got the military thingies on the shoulder. Nice boating khaki color. Got a decent weight to it too. So that's the sports coat. The shirt, royal blue, red, hues of white, hues of yellow, button down collar, lightweight, not linen weight, but it's a lightweight cotton button down collar sports shirt. I went with a club tie in red and royal blue. I wanted to do a lot of matching color schemes at the top. Don't ask me what. Club collar. Club tie. It's a lightweight linen. It's not a wool. It's not a heavy cotton. It's a lightweight linen tie. So it's really not the season to be wearing it. But when it comes to this particular ensemble, and when it comes to North Carolina weather, IDGAF. All right, red royal blue stripes. Now, the others. Straight fit denim. Stonewash, distressed. Not distressed, more like just fading. There's a little bit of distressed here and in the back, but it's more so just fading. These and the full zip hoodie, fleece, mid-weight. So I felt heavier. I own heavier fleece full zip hoodies. I felt lighter as far as like the terry cloth that comes out in the spring and summer. So this is a mid-weight, but the denim and the hoodie are both Denim and Supply. All right. Got the R. Lauren patch here. Got the black tiger with the lightning bolt in his mouth. Patch here, beautiful little patch. On the back of these jeans, it has a distressed U.S. flag where the tag patch is, and it's got Denim and Supply written on it. Great look. This look right here, me personally, just because I'm like really casual with this look, I have a pair of red Polo Ralph Lauren sneakers. They're canvas red with blue and white stripes on the sole, and I have the flip version of those, which is white with red and blue stripes on the sole. I probably would break out the red ones just because I wouldn't want to do the whites right this second, but I throw those red sneakers on to call it a day. Now, you don't have to. You can throw a pair of tassel loafers on if you want. I wouldn't. It's a little too dressy. You could throw a pair of boat shoes on if you want. I definitely would do that. But me personally, just because this look is super casual for me, I would definitely go ahead and pull those sneakers out and give them a wear. Denim and Supply. So when Denim and Supply dropped, it was obvious to me, and I'm not going to say painful. I'm not going to say painfully obvious, but it was obvious to me that Denim and Supply was something that was being catered to the younger demographic. I'm going to venture to guess that somewhere in corporate, the idea was 13 to 25. 13 to 30 max, but 13 to 25. And I get it. That's cool. It's understandable. And because you're starting a genre of the Ralph Lauren brand that's not the iconic polo or the iconic rugby in certain cases and scenarios, then, you know, I guess you have room to play with. Do we want to cater to a certain demographic, or do we want to, you know, I get it. My whole thing is this. I have grown children, 22, 21, and one that'll be 20 in about 4 days. So with that being said, one thing that I do know is that 13 to 25, man, those are some of the most finickiest people. First of all, they're finicky. They're very finicky about what they like and what they wear. Second of all, if Lil Uzi Vert or Offset or Takeoff or Ray Schmirler or whatever them boys' name is, if it ain't something they promote, they ain't wearing, a lot of times, man, the kids don't want to touch it. And I think us grown-ups can all agree that to a certain extent we were somewhat like that. I know there was a time I owned probably 15 bucket hats just because of EPMD. I owned quite a few pair of Jordans just because everybody else said have Jordans. Same with Forces, the white Forces. You know, we go out when we was doing our thing. We would go out every week, every Saturday to maybe every other Saturday, and buy a fresh pair of Timberlands and a fresh pair of Air Force Nikes, either low cut, mid, or high. The Nikes, we just buy them. They get a scuff on them, throw them away. You can't really clean them. The Tims, we might go buy the Eraser because they was a little more. And no matter what you was doing, whether you was in the streets or punching the clock, you couldn't afford to buy no $99 to $149 Tims every week just to hang out. So you might buy Tim's and a Racer and rock that Eraser for about a month and a half, 2 months, then you gotta go buy another pair of Tim's. And we was doing it just because they said that's what we were supposed to be doing. So 13 to 25, they do the same thing. It ain't a lot changing in these generations. All right, just some more softer than the others. I think the generation before mine was the hardest generation ever. My daddy, my mama, my aunts, man, straight guns. Straight guns. Anyway, back to the subject. So, somebody decided Denim and Supply should be catered to a certain demographic, a certain age demographic. And like I said, okay, that's cool. I wouldn't have did that, but okay, that's cool. They even bought storefronts. Denim and Supply had storefronts, not spread out all over the country like factory stores or even like the full retail stores, but there were a few Denim and Supply standalone brick and mortar locations. The stuff didn't sell like that. The promotion for it to me was pretty good because me not being in that age demographic, Denim and the promo ads and things of that nature made me go want to check out Denim and Supply online, and I saw way more than just denim. I feel like outside of Double RL, Denim and Supply was probably the biggest competition within the brand when it comes to Southwestern print cardigans, Aztec cardigans, whatever you want to call them. They're actually called Southwestern print, but I feel like Denim and Supply was the biggest competition for Double RL when it came to the Southwestern print. The price point is like this and this though. Double RL, you know, if you can get, and we're just talking about on RalphLauren.com, if you can get a Southwestern print cardigan by Double RL online for less than $450, $500, you're doing great. You shouldn't even want to think about it, just grab it. Denim and Supply was somewhere probably no more than 200, normally around 150. And let's not even start talking about coupons that worked on everything online except for Double RL or Purple Label. Then you're talking about maybe $90 for a beautiful, well-constructed Southwestern print cardigan by Denim and Supply. They had a few jackets. They had a few, in particular, they had a few baseball jackets that were pretty cool. Shirts, t-shirts. Man, Denim and Supply had a lot of great items on it that were old man friendly, just depending on how you like to get dressed. I bought quite a few pieces. I don't have all of them right now because a lot of them are now too big for me and I sold them. But yeah, the company, the genre did not last. They ended up closing the doors when they had that bum Stefan Larson. They had that bum Stefan Larson running the company. You know, he only lasted 2 years. Because he in a meeting, he told Ralph, after he had closed the door on Denim and Supply, Polo Sport, Black Label, then he went to Ralph and told him he was going to close the door on Double RL. And Ralph said, man, you can kiss my ass and SMD. You know, and Larson, from what I was told, I wasn't there, take it with a grain of salt. But Larson said, man, but you said I was going to be able to eventually control all the creative. And Ralph's like, yeah, eventually. Eventually ain't today. And you ain't doing nothing to Double RL. It's the only genre that has his wife's name in it. And y'all know how Ralph would feel about Ricky. Dude, you tripping. Well, I'll just leave. Ralph's like, bye. I don't fuck with Ralph, man. Ralph a gangster, bro. So anyway, yeah, he's the reason Denim and Supply closed up. That's from a couple of years ago when the whole fashion industry was kind of like going in the tubes, and there was a lot of money lost over the previous couple of years before that. But a lot of people back on their feet, including Ralph. But yeah, Denim and Supply can still be found on all of the secondhand sites. Only place you can't find it is in Ralph Lauren, RalphLauren.com. But definitely you wanna, you know, when you searching, when you looking over eBay and over Poshmark, you know, you can look at other things besides polo. Don't just type in polo. If it's me, I type in Ralph Lauren, and then sometimes my search engine, I go straight to. You know, I type in Black Label, I type in Denim and Supply, I type in Lauren Ralph Lauren, Rugby Ralph Lauren. Yeah, I get updates on my Poshmark front page. When I scroll up about approximately 2 scrolls, it'll show me if there's new Ralph Lauren that's been posted throughout their entire website, and it's for all of it. It'll specifically say Ralph Lauren Black Label, Denim and Supply Ralph Lauren, etc. Rugby Ralph Lauren. So, you know, yeah, just keep in mind that Ralph Lauren itself is not just polo, it's not just purple, it's not just rugby. You know, there's a lot more to the brand than just that, and you definitely can find some nice pieces that once you get them, you won't even think about getting rid of them as long as they fit. All right, but that's it. You wrapping this one up. Finally got me some more Ralphs. And man, this extra good because I got some pumpkin spice creamer. And that shit is on clearance everywhere because you're fucking whoever, the powers that be, feel like pumpkins have run their course right after Thanksgiving. Whatever. Like, okay, if you're gonna put pumpkin spice creamer on sale, on clearance, then I'm all for it. So this is real good right here. Yeah, that's it. So that's another episode in the books. Today we focused on the others. I showed you a little club. I showed you a little denim. I showed you a little chaps. And I showed you a little university. Let me know what y'all think, man. I know a lot of collectors, like I said, like to stick to the mainstays, which I get it. Me, I don't know if I'm a rare breed or not. I just know I'm me, and I'm all things Ralph Lauren. It didn't make the cut for this particular episode, but I got an American Living sports coat. Fucking crack. Navy blue. Flip the collar. It's chino. Flip the collar. It's got a Columbia blue undercarriage under that collar, under that lapel. It's got the nautical flags. Man, that shit's crazy. American Living. Some people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's a Ralph Lauren company. It's normally price pointed lower than Chaps. Yep. So let me know what y'all think, man. Is this something that's like one of those moments for you? Or is it more like, it's crazy, I ain't shit. If it's one of those, that's fine too. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. You gonna start exploring some of the others a little more, or you good where you are? Either way is fine by me. Matter of fact, if you a size large or medium, and you're gonna stick with your polo by Ralph Lauren, etc., you definitely ain't hurt my feelings, because that means there's more opportunity for me. And that's one thing about collecting. You gotta be a little selfish, right? Just a little bit, sometimes. I know. Oh, man. Quick shout out to my man Smiles. I'm gonna put his Instagram name right there. Shout out to my man Smiles, who hit me up and was like, he wanted to show some love. Like, he didn't need nothing. He just wanted to show some love, and he did just that, man. And that shit, for me, that's humbling. Because where I come from, the streets I come from, like that, because I just talked y'all head off this last block, that last mannequin, but so I'll make this quick. The streets I come from, man, it ain't no, you know what I mean? Like, if you ain't grow up with a cat, or if you ain't squabbed back to back with a cat against some more cats, it ain't really no love. You know what I mean? That shit is temporary. So, anytime I get some genuine love from somebody, man, I'm very humbled by it, man. I'm very humble. So thank you, Smiles. I appreciate you, brother. And everybody else that's done business, that's about to do business in 2021 with your boy, I'm ready whenever you are, man. Just hit me up. Let's get it popping. All right? Just remember, artists paint pictures, haters paint narratives. Don't be no hater, brother and sisters. All right? Y'all have a good one.